We share. Oh, take a ride. My name is Thaddeus Sofi. My home name is Jamila. I am a child that grew up without knowing her parent. I'm a child without a brother, without a sister. I grew up with my grandmother in a village called Pandauda, close to a community called Jingri. And growing up, it was not easy for us. My grandmother is the mother to my mother, because I don't know who my father is, and the mother I know as my mother, I was told she's not my biological mother. She picked me by the roadside. She died in 1999. So after her death, before her death, I was done with primary school. It was not easy because to eat was a problem. We grew up in a very terrible, I don't know how to put it, in a very harsh environment. There was the hunger, because I can remember that sometimes my grandmother would only go and plug okra. And plugging the okra is only the okra, water, and salt. That's the only thing we use in cooking it. And she will share it for all of us, the grandchildren. We were more than 7 grandchildren in the house. Then my grandmother and our grandfather that time. We grew up in that village. There was no water. In the northern Nigeria, we know about the chaff. When you grind corn, you sieve it. So when you sieve it, the chaff, they normally give it to goats. Normally use it to feed goats. Not just feeding goats, not only goats or dogs, but that was what it reached the level that was what our grandmother was using to feed us. She'd go to the neighboring houses to get the chaff. Then when she bring it, we'll pound it. Start pounding it. Then she made something like pap with it, the way they normally cook it for dog. And that was what she would give us to eat. So growing up in that environment, and our grandfather died. After our grandfather died, we have to leave the main house because one of her stepson came, and they were not living in harmony. So the next thing was she have to leave to her parents' house. So she have to relocate from Pandauda to Kalambai, where she stayed there in her father's house. She took us there. So we were there with her. Growing up in that Kalambai, I was still trekking to Pandauda to attend my primary school. That was when I was around primary 4. So I was still going there to attend my primary school. It's a little bit far. So, but I have to trek to that place. So I later finished my primary school. After finishing my primary school, we were still there. So her younger brother's son, one afternoon, I was having this korokoro in my body, so they have to remove the whole of my clothes, rub palm oil on the wounds, all the wounds in my body, rub palm oil and salt. She will bath me and wash it. So I was inside the room, I cannot come out. So just for my uncle, that's her younger brother's son, my grandmother's younger brother's son, who is supposed to be my uncle, came in and he tried raping me. Because of that reason, that woman have to go and look for a house to rent. So from there, we started living together. That was when, because my mother was still alive that time. That was when my mother came, because the mother I know as my mother she was a prostitute. official prostitute. So she was living around Kano, Funtua, Katsina. So she came 1999 sick. She fell down and broke her spinal cord, so she came back sick. So she came and my grandmother took her to the hospital. She couldn't make it. She died in 1999. So because of that time I finished my primary school. That was 1997. I finished my primary school. So 1999, when she came and died, I have to follow one of her sister to Nasarawa State, Lafia, to stay with her. From there, that is how I continue growing from one house to the other. So after like a year, I came back because I was not sent to school. I was taken to one village in Lafia. I was not sent to school and I always wanted to go to school. So I came back to my grandmother to stay back with her in Jingri. So when I came back, I was with her and my mother's younger sister, who was their last born. She was the one taking care of their mother, who is my grandmother. So when I came back, life was not easy. I couldn't continue with secondary school. I couldn't go to secondary school. I have to go to the bush to look for firewood. I have to go to the market to wash plate for people. So I sell firewood around in the evening. I will go with my firewood. People will buy. When they buy 15 naira firewood, I come back the next day. So I started going to school. And the funny part of it is I went to school. The first time I paid 500 naira just for my name to enter the register. I didn't pay any school fees again, but I was going to the school. Anytime they are pursuing students, I would join them, even though I knew I was not a student, because my name was not on the register, because I had no money to pay my school fees, but I was attending classes with my friends. So on that, when it was time for me to write junior WAEC, I have to leave that school and go to another school. And I went to pay money to write my junior WAEC. So from there, I couldn't continue with my SS1 class. So I traveled to Bauchi to do house help there. So when I reached there, I was asked what I want, if they should be paying me my money or they should send me to school. And I requested they should send me to school. I stayed for over 4 months. They didn't send me to school. Because of that, I said I left them. Because I was not sent to school and they were not paying me anything, and they were asking me to wait. So because of that, to summarize the story is, with all the struggling of this school thing, at the end 2008, I was able to write my WAEC and I got my papers. After that, I have to start selling books. I started literature evangelism work, which is canvassing, as is popularly known. So I started canvassing in Lafia and Nasarawa State, because I have to go back there to one of my auntie again. So from there, I started canvassing. So when I started canvassing, that was how I got to meet Pastor Bindas. So after canvassing, I met Pastor Bindas. That was when I relocated to Jos, came back to Jos. So I was canvassing in Jos. Then one evening, Pastor Bindas asked me if I've written WAEC before, if I have a result. I told him yes. And he told me that there is a scholarship form. I should come and fill it. And I filled that scholarship form. He said, but they asked that you have to pay 50,000 naira acceptance fee You have to pay for the form, 10,000 naira. And because I was a canvasser, and anytime I canvas, I will come and save some money with him. So I went to him and I told him, Daddy, I have money with you. He asked me how much. I said 70,000 naira. And he told me that's true. So I want to use it and pay the acceptance fee and pay for the form. So he used the money. He was the one that helped me to pay everything. And when we went for the scholarship interview, that it was at Relocation University. So when we went for the interview, I was lucky. I got the scholarship. And I studied religious studies. After studying religious studies, I finished well. 2015, I finished the study. I served in Taraba State. 2016, even before I finished service, Relocation University called me back to come and work. With 3 months, when we went after camp, with 3 months, I received a call from the Dean of Student Care Services, who was Dr. Mrs. Oyerinde that time, and the university pastor, Dr. Benga Efuntade. They called me and they told me, the chairman wants you to come back and work with the school. And I agree to come back, to go back to Relocation University and work. But I requested that let me finish my NYC. So I went back and finished my NYC. After the NYC, I went there and I started working. Today, I'm done with my master's. And by God's grace, I'm done with my PhD coursework. I'm on my thesis now. That is from the aspect of my educational pursue. So, and looking at the grace aspect of it, going back to the story, coming out from where I came from, everyone in the society, if they see me today, they don't believe that this was this little girl that was walking naked in the community. This is this little girl. That girl, is that Sofi, the girl that sells firewood, that go around houses to wash their plates? Some of the society, people didn't even believe I can be able to become anything. To shock you, my grandmother never saw anything useful in me. Even her children around her. Because I remember when I was growing up, anytime I speak Hausa, because we speak Amu, anytime I speak Hausa, she will rebuke me that even useful people are speaking Hausa, even me, that I will even be speaking Hausa. Then the worst part of it is for me to even speak an English word. It was like, hey, if useful people, because I know that was the language that was used on me. If useful people are doing this, even you. And growing up in that kind of environment that nobody sees anything good coming out of you. And today, I am somewhere that even till now, some of them don't believe that this has happened to me. You watching me, you may be passing through some hardship. Like I summarized this story in telling you that I don't know who my parents are. The story says I was picked by the roadside, which means I don't have a mother, I don't have a father, I don't have a brother, I don't have a sister. So I even don't have people that I can just say, these are my own people. You may be passing through something like that. But there is hope. If someone like me that cannot even speak Hausa, today I can speak English. Today I have my certificate. if someone like me can be able to, if God can transform me to who I am today, then he can do that to you too. Is there anyone trying to sleep with you like my uncle tried to do that? My cousin tried that. Apart from my cousin, even my friends, some of them tried that. Are you in that part? Is there anyone because of your challenges? Because it was because I was a hungry child. I needed food. I needed a place to stay. That was why some people wanted to take advantage of me from that aspect of it. Are you passing through that? Don't give up and don't give in to their request. There is a lot of, as in, God have a lot for you. And the society also want to help you because the society helped me. I don't know Pastor Bindas from anywhere, but he heard about me and he had pity on me. Deji Adeleke don't know me. He heard about me, had pity on me, and he helped me. But if Pastor Bindas asked me that time, do you have any certificate? Do you have WAEC or NECO? And I said no. Maybe I wouldn't have gotten that scholarship. So it means you have to be doing your own part, and also once you play your own part, other people will see it and they will help you. Today, I can proudly tell you that I keep a lot of people in my house. This was somebody that was going to house to get food to eat. But today, I feed people. Today, I can comfortably remove money and pay someone's school fees. You will do that one day. Keep your head up, trust in God, and play your own part. Play your own part. Believe in yourself. There is a Lord inside you. God did not make any one of us empty. You have a lot to offer. And there is a lot that people can get from you. Just put your best. And when you put your best, I wish it's something that I can show somebody how inside the bush around Jingri, people that know the place, inside the rocks there, the Fulanis that live there, they know me by name because I go there to look for firewood. People go only once, I go 2 times that time. The women I was washing their plates, some of them still remember me. People like Elder Jura have to be dashing me food. People like Jose Aja, Pepshon and others, people around Jingri, you may know them if you are going to have the privilege to watch this. If you are from around Jingri, you know them. People like Kefas Nabasu, they helped me. They were the one giving me food. Till today when I go to Jingri, I go to their houses. But some of them don't even have a degree. Today I'm almost done with PhD. But those are the people that were helping me. So if in your own home, because some of our parents don't even see anything good in us, if your own parent, your biological parent, or anyone you are living with is not seeing anything useful in you, don't give up. Other people see things, good things in you. Just do your best. And I think another part of it that I would like to tell anyone watching that will watch it now or will watch it later is you also need to leave your comfort zone. Because living in that same environment that don't see anything good in you, sometimes when you go out, we think that we will suffer outside. Yes, we may suffer outside, but it's just for a while. It's just for a while. When you go out, you will discover yourself. I didn't discover myself in Jingri. I went out to do house help in Bauchi first. before moving to Lafia again. Even in Lafia, I have to leave my auntie there. To shock you, last week I was in Lafia. That same my auntie that I lived with, that never saw anything good in me, that I have to leave her house to go and rent house inside town and be canvassing. I was in her house and she was like, "And you big people, can they drink our water? Can she drink our water? Can she eat our food?" This was the person that, when your children are on the bed, she lie on the floor. And you are saying in that same house. So anywhere you go to that they don't see anything good in you, please try and leave that place. When you meet people that motivate you, you move with them. I have friends that I can mention their name, people like Vadbeat Walls. He's someone that I can mention him every day because he motivated me. He met me after I've even finished. I was doing my master's that time. That was when he met me. But the motivation I got from him, the Jose Aja, people like late Mr. Gudu, that just died not long ago, Pastor Bindas, the motivation I get from them. Pastor Bindas don't just call me Grace because I'm his daughter now. He's the father that everybody knows me with. He knows that I'm his daughter. He doesn't just call me Grace or Sofi or Jamila. He does not call me that. He calls me big woman. If today he don't say great woman, say big woman. Those are motivational words. So when you meet people that motivate you, please stay with them. Those people that make you feel less of yourself, please stay away from them. Go out of them. If they are your parent, please leave them for a while. Please find a place that you can discover yourself. But when you stay with people that are so bitter, because a lot of people are bitter with themselves, then they make you feel so bad. Because the same society that I have to live for me to discover myself, that was the only society that was telling me that you were picked by the roadsides and nothing good can come out of you. You were picked by the roadside, nothing good can come out of you. That was the only thing I hear from that society. But when I went out, I find out, I remember Vat telling me that, is it not, all of us, it's not because we just came out and they tell us this is our parent. We came up and saw that we were growing up with these people. How sure are we that they are our parents? You just grew up with these people. So he was motivating me, telling me I shouldn't be taking that. God have a plan for me. That is why, and I grew up now, after I grew up with that bitterness of I don't know who my parents are. Then I'm now meeting people that are telling me that without the parents, you are doing better than other people that have parents. Without the parents, your future is bright. And today, people that have it are tapping from the blessings of God through me. People that don't have it are tapping from the blessings of God through me. So you can also be a blessing to another person. Because you are from a poor home does not mean that you will finish poor. So you have to decide today. You have to think and make your choices well, because you live with your choices. The choices we made are what makes us. If you choose that you want to be great and you walk towards it, don't just say it, walk towards it. So what I'm saying here is that you play your own part. You walk towards your dreams, and at the end, everything will fall in place. There is nobody that God does not have plans for. There is nobody that God does not love. Your future is bright, and you can make it. Thank you.